So we started talking about the kriyapadas or verbs in Sanskrit. So the verbs do not have lingam, and they have the vachanam depending on how many quantities or how many people are doing that action. Depending on what vachana applies, and depending on who is doing the action, the purusha will apply. Prathama purusha is applied. These forms, the first line, these are applied to when the action is done by not me, not I, or not the self, somebody else. Somebody else means not you, but not self, but someone else. When Madhyama Purusha is applied, these forms are applied when the word used for you is actually tvam in ekavachana or yuvam in dvivachana and yuyam in bahuvachanam. So these means you in English, two of you and more than two of you, yuyam. So if these words are used in the sentence, then for the kriyapada these forms will be applied. And similarly, if the word is aham, then this form, uttama purusha ekavachana form, will be applied. For example, if I say aham patami, that means I read or I am reading. And if the word is avam, then this patavaha is this form is used. Avam pathamama patavaha. We two of us read, or two of us are reading, and vayam pathamaha. Many of us are, or we are reading. Vayam pathamaha. So when we use aham, this pathami, this kind of form is used in the present tense, and when the word is yuvam, this pathava kind of form is used in this one, and when the word is vayam, which is shown in the parenthesis here, then this pathama kind of form is used for the present tense. Or generally we will say uttama purusha, this line, these forms are used when the word is aham, avam, or vayam. Then similarly, when the word is tvam, yuam, or yuyam, the madhyama purusha forms are used. And other than these two, aham, tvam, avam, yuam, vayam, yuyam, if the noun who is doing the action is anything else, then prathama purusha form is used. Anything else means what? For example, it could be balakaha, or it could be balika, it could be saha, it could be sa, it could be eshaha, it could be esha. Anything else, any other word than aham or tvam, then this prathama purusha form is used. Okay? So this is the present tense. These are the present tense forms. So if you look at some examples here for present tense forms, which was shown here, the action of walking. And the other thing is, we talked about the dhatu. What is dhatu? Dhatu is the base form or the root word for all the kriyapadas. For example, chalati. So this is a present tense form. Right? If you look at the table here, so chalati looks like this, like patati. means Prathama Purusha, Ekavachana form is Chalati. So Dhatu or the root word for that Chalati is Chal. Similarly, for Pathati is Pat. So Dhatu is the root or the base word from which all the forms of a Kriya Pada are derived in all the tenses. It could be any tense, or it could be any Purusha, or it could be any Vachana. So this is similar to the Pratipadikam or the noun base. So noun base word, for example, for Rama it is Rama, it is Rama. So based on the like this one, this is a noun table. So in this noun table there are totally 24 forms of a noun, like phalam, phale, phalani, but for the base word is phala, which is shown here on the top. So this is called pratipadikam in noun case. Pratipadikam is the noun base. So from which all these 24 forms are derived, the prathama, bhakti, ditya, etc. in all the ekavachana. Similar to this, for kriyapada table is there, right? We saw this is a kriyapada, not the whole thing. For each tense there is a table. This is a present tense. This is a past tense, and this is the future tense, and this is the imperative mood, like ordering or requesting somebody, like imperative case. You do some work. So that kind of what you call it. It's not actually kala, right? It's not a time. It doesn't indicate that imperative mode or imperative case in English doesn't indicate any tense or kala or time of the action. It is just like you're asking, requesting, ordering somebody to do something, that action. So those forms are also available. So for each tense or each mood, what you call mood, let's say call it mood, there is like a table which has 9 different forms. So 3 Purushas and 3 Vachanas. So looking at the present tense right now, only present tense, pathati, patatha, pathanti, pathasi, patatha, patatha, pathami, pathama, pathama. So in this, some examples are shown here. Like, so chalati means somebody is walking, not me, not you, not aham, not tvam, but somebody, like Purushaha or Balakaha, Saha Chalati. In this case, Balika, Sa Likhati, Balika Likhati. And this one, Sa Pashyati, Balika Pashyati. Now this one, same, Balika Pathati, Atrapi, Balika Hasati. So here, Purushaha, or you can use some name also for this person, like Ashokaha Gacchati. No, this one somebody. Saha khadati or Eshaha khadati. Saha pibati. Saha tishtati. Here what? This is what? This is Nadi. Nadi is flowing. So you can use the word Vahati. Vaha means flow. Vahati. Nadi Vahati. And this one is horse, for which we can use the word Ashwaha. Ashwaha Dhavati. No? This one Upavishati. Sambalakaha Upavishati. Sa Balika Agachati. And Eshaha Nayati. Carries. Nayati. Upavishati. Upavisha means sitting. Upavishati. Dhavati means running. Then these are some. Khelati. Khelati, was there in here? Khelati, Kridati means playing. Saha Khelati, Sa Khelati, Sa Tishtati. So these examples can be used here. Any question?
Generally, this present form of the verb, does it always end with T, or maybe there can be some exceptions? Guruji.
Yeah, this is, yes, there could be a different, endings. So what we are seeing is one pattern here. Just like we saw in case of namapadas also, right? In case of nouns, the Rama Shabda, Pratama Vibhakti here in this case is ending in Visarga. But in Strilinga case it is ending in A. Same Pratama Vibhakti Ekvachan only, but it is a Rama. And Napumsaklinga it is ending in Ma. And Halanta, or these were ending in a different, in a Vyanjanam. So in Kriyapada also, this initially what we are seeing is just one set of one type of you can say one type of kriyapadas, which you see the pattern ending in T. So some patterns are given here. This for the box that I maintained. So here you'll see a summary of this all the forms of different kriyapadas. So we don't have to get into all this technicalities, but right now you can see different forms here. For example, if I look at this one, you will see the lut means present tense. Okay, so these are different tenses and moods for that dhatu. Dhatu is bhu here, and lut first table is present tense table. So here you see the forms bhavati, bhavata, bhavanti. Right? But if you look at the other one, like vand you will see vandate. It's a lot same present tense, but you will see the ending in te. Vandate, vandete, vandante. So these are a bit different based on the type of dhatu. But generally you will see, if you open any, the first line here, Parasmaipadi it's called. If you open any of these, you will see them present tense ending in ti. Okay? And if you open the second line, Atmanepadi, you will see that ending in te. So generally you can say that for present tense, the ending can be two types. One is ti, okay, for some dhatus, or it could be te for other types of dhatus. That is for present tense. So ti or te. So even if you see this one, this is asti. Asti, which we use most of the times, right? Asti is very common. So this is a dhatu is as here, and the forms are asti, staha, santi. If there is a one thing that exists, so we'll call it as we'll use the form asti. Saha asti, balaka asti, kanduka asti. But if there are two things which exist, then we use this taha form, like then we will have to use the dvivachana form. For example, Rama or balakau. Balakau, then we will use this staha. Balakau staha means two boys exist, are there. And bahuvachana, then we will use this Rama or balakaha, that form of bahuvachana noun also. Then we have to use the bahuvachana verb also, because it has to match the vachana of the noun. So balakaha santi, that means many balakas exist. So balakah asti, balakau staha, balakaha santi. So the kriyapada vachana has to match the vachana of the noun to which it is referring to. But anyway, the question was here whether it is ends in ti. Yes, in the present tense you will see the prathama purusha ekavachana singular is ending in ti also, asti. And the second line Second line, dhatus which are of the type which are like Atmanepadi, we call it this different type category. Second line, these end in te. Vandate. Vandate means I do like a namaskar, vandana. Then same thing, if take anyone aste, then this one is datte, te, ending in te, jayate, then chinute, like that. So that means all these examples what we are seeing now, they belong to one category, the first category. So what we call parasmay padi, this category of dhatus. Yeah, good question. So, so Mahesha pivati, lata pashyati, purusha gacchati, mahila hasati, okay, vruddha tishtati, balika dhavati, bhavati khelati, bhavan nayati. Okay. Now, these are the examples for Uttama Purusha. Remember, if you look at Uttama Purusha here, Uttama Purusha, which are the Uttama Purusha form, these ones, where myself is doing the action. So in that case, we use these forms. Aham agacchami. So this was like a patami kind of form. Aham patami or aham agacchami. I come. Aham agacchami. Aham gacchami. I go. Aham khadami. So I eat. Aham pibami. I drink. Aham likhami. Aham patami. So whether since there is no linga bheda, there is no difference in the verbs, in the verb forms because of gender. There is no gender for verb forms. So likhami stays same because of aham. Aham could be, aham also doesn't change form because it is a pronoun there referring to self. Aham patami, aham likhami, aham dhavami, aham khelami. Abhyasaha. So this is the exercise where you can write the Uttama Purusha form of the Prathama Purusha forms are shown here, like Saha Chalati, Saha Khadati, etc. So you just have to identify the Uttama Purusha form of that same verb, like Chalati, Chalami, Likhati is Likhami. So Khadati will become what? Khadami, right? Pathati will become Pathami, Pibati, Pibami, Pashyati, Pashyami, Gacchati, which was already there on the top there, Gacchami, Aham Gacchami, Esha Hasati, Aham Hasami. So here the hope you understand the meanings of these words. Do you have any question on any of these words or meaning of these words? Chalati means walking, Khadati eating, Pibati drinking, Gacchati going, Tishtati standing, Nayati carrying, Vahati flowing or also carrying. Then Likhati writing, Pathati reading, pashyati, seeing. Sa pashyati means she sees. Aham pashyami means I see. Yesha hasati, laughing. Dhavati, running. Khelati, playing. Upavishati means sitting. Then we have kridati, playing again. Then you'll go like this. Kathayati. Kathayati means telling, right? Telling a story. Saha kathayati, saha kathayati means he is telling. Then smarati, remembering. Tejati, abandoning. Vasati, living. Mahesha vasati, Mahesha is living. Dhyayati, recalling or meditating, you can say. Then chorayati means stealing, and pujayati, worshipping or uh, revering somebody. Sthapayati, means Vaidyaha sthapayati. Sthapayati means keeps something. And upavishati, sitting. Vanara means the monkey. Vanara upavishati. Archakaha is the priest. Choraha, thief. Bhaktaha, devotee. Vaidyaha, I think you already know, doctor. So this side we have upavishati again. Prarthayati, praise, praying. Then sapatati, falls. Then samilati, she meets. Sapruchati, pruchati means asks, like a question. And malati, ichchati means desires, wishes. And bhakta nrityati, devotee, female devotee, nrityati, dances. And kshalayati, washes something. Ramakshalayati, washes like a dish or something. Then lata preshayati, sends. Preshayati means sending. Lata is sending something. Vaidya suchayati. Suchayati means informing. Vaidya, lady doctor. Suchayati, informs. Mala prapnoti. Prapnoti means attains or reaches, attains something. Mala. Any question? Now, Bahuvachana form, here in the Vartamana Kala, present tense, which we just briefly saw, that question will be Saha kim karoti, what does he do? Saha gacchati means he goes. In Bahuvachana form, word form, karoti becomes kurvanti, gacchati becomes gacchanti. You can see that table, right? Patati becomes in the Bahuvachana pathanti. If there are many people doing the action, then you have to use the Bahuvachana form of the verb, pathanti. Again, the Bahuvachana form, present tense, you can refer to the tables here, bhavanti. There are also where is the table of verb forms? Okay, table of the verb forms. This is some of the dhatus, not all dhatus. There are about 2,000 dhatus in Sanskrita dhatu patha collection. So, but here I have shown some, how many? 51 dhatus. No, less than 50 dhatus. Where you can see Vartamana Kala means present tense, Prathama Purusha, Uttama Purusha forms, Ekavachana, Bhavachana. So if you are, I think it's in the book also somewhere. Saha kim karoti, saha gacchati. Te kim kurvanti, te gacchanti. So these Bhavachana forms you can find from the tables. Somewhere. You can find them offline, online, anyway, you can find. Like this is one table I have provided. You can refer to only 10 examples here, but you can refer to this first line, Pujayati, Pujayanti, that Bhavachana form you can find. Then, so Saha Gacchati, te. Saha becomes te, right, in the Bhavachana forms. Te means they, Gacchanti, go. Te kim kurvanti, kurvanti is the Bhavachana verb form. Karoti is the Ekavachana form. Kurvanti is the Bhavachana form. Te kim kurvanti, what do they do? Te gacchanti. Yeshah kim karoti, yeshah tishtati. Ete kim kurvanti, ete tishtanti. Tishtati becomes tishtanti, gacchati becomes gacchanti. Same hasati becomes hasanti. Yeah, 3 people here. Yeshah kim karoti, yeshah dhavati. Etaha kim kurvanti, etaha dhavanti. Why is it taha here? Why is it? What is taha? Taha means? Does anyone know? What is the vachana for taha? Is it ekavachana, dvivachana or bahuvachana? Nobody?
Bahuvachana.
They.
They. What is the lingam?
Masculine.
Strilingam, right? Strilinga bahuvachana. Taha. Strilinga bahuvachana taha because you see here masculine. Pullinga bahuvachana is te. Te or ete. These two are pullinga. They or these. In pullinga, masculine is te or ete. And then Strilinga we have taha for they, if it is female, and etaha, bahuvachana, strilinga. These female, these ladies, these girls. So here, etaha kim kuranti, etaha dhavanti. So, te ete pullinga, taha etaha strilinga. So on the eka vachana side we have saha eshaha and sa esha in the strilinga. Okay. Then for you, we can either use tvam, right, for you, ekavachana, tvam means you, or we can use bhavan in the pullinga ekavachana. Bhavan also means you. So depending on what word we use for you in Sanskrit, the verb form will change. If we use tvam, then we must use the word form. Which word form? The Madhyama Purusha form. This Madhyama Purusha form. Okay? This Tvam Pujayasi means you are worshipping. You are worshipping. So that is Tvam Pujayasi. If you use the word Tvam. But if you use the word Bhavan for you, the meaning is same. But if you use Bhavan, then you should use the Prathama Purusha form of the verb, not the Madhyama Purusha form. Bhavan kim karoti? Bhavan pathati, not Bhavan pathasi. So this means you are reading. You are reading. So just keep that in mind. Depending on what word you use for you, then either you use Madhyama Purusha form or you use the Prathama Purusha form. So Prathama Purusha form you use it when if you use the word Bhavan for you, the Pullinga, or Bhavati in the Strilinga you, Bhavati. But if you use the word Tvam for the word, if you use the word Tvam for you, then you use the Madhyama Purusha form of the verb. So it becomes Bhavan Pujayati or Bhavati Pujayati, because Bhavati is Strilinga, but verb doesn't have a linga, so Pujayati is same. Pujayati is used in both the cases. Bhavan Pujayati, Bhavati Pujayati means you are worshipping, whether male or female. But if you use Tvam, then you use Pujayasi. Tvam Pujayasi. You are worshipping. Same with the Bhavati, with that word Bhavati, some example is given here. Bhavati Gayati. Female you are singing. Bhavatyaha is the plural of Bhavati. Bhavatyaha Gayanti. Gayanti is plural here. So many of you, female, are singing. In the Pullinga, what happens here? Bhavan Pathati. Bahuvachana Bhavan is Bhavantaha. Bhavantaha Pathanti. Many of you are reading. Any question? But if you are using Tvam, then keep that in mind. Use the Madhyama Purusha form, which is also shown in the slide here. Right? Tvam Pathasi means you are reading. If there are many of you, then you use this Yuyam Pathatha. Pathatha. Yuyam Pathatha means many of you are reading. Similarly with the Uttama Purusha form. Now, previously we saw Aham Pathami, Aham Gacchami, Aham Likhami, etc. Now this one is Bahuvachana form of Aham, which is Vayam, and that verb form also will change to Bahuvachana form. Like Vayam Agacchamaha and Vayam Gacchamaha. Gacchami becomes Gacchamaha. Aham Gacchami, Vayam Gacchamaha. Same thing which is shown here in the Uttama Purusha form here. So Aham Pathami, Vayam Pathamaha. The form will change. So Vayam Khadam, Aham Khadami, Vayam Khadamaha. Aham Pibami, Vayam Pibamaha. Aham Likhami, Vayam Likhamaha. Aham Pathami, Vayam Pathamaha. Aham Dhavami, Vayam Dhavamaha. Aham Khelami, Vayam Khelamaha, etc. So some sentences are here for homework. Saha chalati, te chalanti, sa likhati, taha likhanti. This is the Strilinga form, but the Bahuvachana form of verb remains same. Chalanti, likhanti, खादन्ति पठन्ति पिबन्ति पश्यन्ति गच्छति गच्छन्ति हसन्ति तिष्ठन्ति धावन्ति नयन्ति खेलन्ति वहन्ति उपविशन्ति क्रीडन्ति क्रीडन्ति same, you don't change, क्रीडन्ति एव. then उपविशन्ति पतन्ति स्मरन्ति मिलन्ति. No, tatra milami is there, so bahuvachana becomes, we want to use uttama purusha. So aham milami becomes vayam. What will be the form of milami? If you look at the table here, milami is like patami. So what is the bahuvachana form of milami? Bahuvachana form of milami, like patami becomes patamaha, milami becomes, in the plural it becomes idea. Patami, milami, patamaha, milamaha, right? Is it clear to you? Hello?
Yes. Is it milami?
Yeah, milami is ekavachana. What is the bahuvachana? Milami is already here. Milami is shown here. What is the plural of milami?
Milamaha.
Milamaha. Correct. Aham milami becomes vayam milamaha. So tejati, tejanti, pruchanti, ichanti, vasanti. So all these are once again. And similarly here, chalayami is there. Chalayami is in ekavachana. So this one, if you convert that into bahuvachana, chalayami is like patami, and in plural it becomes chalayamaha. Just sometimes, so people forget that ya in between. Okay, ya, which is right. Chalayama, chalayami is there. Ya is there. So don't forget that ya when you are converting that to bahuvachana. Chalayami, chalayamaha. It is not chalamaha. So only that last mi is converted to maha. Chalayamaha. Same thing, marjayami, marjayamaha. Sthapayami, sthapayamaha. Pujayami, pujayamaha. Everywhere. Chorayati, choraya. Chorayati, chorayanti. But here, this side, ti changes to nti. And here only mi changes to maha. Chalayamaha. Now here this table, the first highlighted yellow, this section, this 9 forms, these are the vartamana kala, okay, present tense. We'll look at examples of past and future later, but now the next lesson there is about this one, these forms. So here the forms in grammar, they are called lot. The first present tense forms are called lat. Okay. Lat. Just for information, the tenses or the kala and the moods are called lakara in Sanskrit grammar. Lakara. Lakara means it is either the tense form or the mood, like this, imperative mode or case. So this is called lakara in Sanskrit. So Sanskrit grammar actually, which is for present tense, it is called lat lakara. Lat lakara means present tense, or vartamana kala. In simple word, it is vartamana kala, means present tense. In grammatical terms, it is lat lakara. Similarly, this one, the last one, which is used for ajna, means ordering, instructions, or even praying, asking somebody or to do some action. These are called in Sanskrit grammar, they are called lot lakara. Okay. Lot lakara. This doesn't have any like a literal meaning, but these are just the grammatical terms, which will be useful for you later, and also easy to just refer to them as this lakar. Like lot lakar means it is these forms are used for order or like imperative case. Examples here: kriyapadani, ajna, prarthana, ichha. Ichha means wish, ajna means ordering, prarthana praying. Praying is requesting somebody, right? Requesting to do something. So the singular ekavachana form here, question we'll see later, but if you see here, bhavan pathatu. Bhavan pathatu means what? You. Bhavan means you, right? Bhavan means you. This we know. Pathatu means, so we are requesting or ordering. It could mean anything. It could mean either you should read or we are requesting you read it. There is no please here. There is no word for please, but it is again depends on the tone or the context. Bhavan pathatu. Bhavan pathatu. Like that is like ordering tone. Bhavan pathatu. Like that is a soft tone which is trying to request. So here it could mean either way. Bhavan pathatu. Bhavan or request. The bahuvachana, bhavan bahuvachana, we know it is bhavantaha. So when the noun changes to bahuvachana, its corresponding or related kriyapada also should change to bahuvachana. So bahuvachana of patatu is pathantu. If you look at the table again, you see that patatu bahuvachana is pathantu right here. Ekavachana is patatu. So bhavan patatu, bhavantaha pathantu. So in place of bhavan, it could be any other word like which can be used in the prathama purusha. Right? So example here, if you see the previous one, so here we have saha chalati, right? Or if you take this one also, not this one. Yeah, here saha tishtati, saha gacchati. So here we can use saha, and this gacchati, which is in the present tense, that we can use the lot lakara or ajna or instruction praying that form, imperative form. Here like saha gacchatu, instead of ti we have tu there. So saha gacchatu means let him go, yeah, like that, or yeah, let him go, or it could be either request or order. Then bahuvachana we have te. So here the nti, this will change to ntu. Te gacchanti in the present tense. In the imperative or ajna, it becomes te gacchantu, let them go. Then Eshah tishtati, Eshah tishtatu. Ete tishtanti, Ete tishtantu. Sahasati, Sahasatu. Taha santi, Taha santu. Let them, which are female here, Taha, means group of girls, hasantu, let them smile, okay? Or laugh actually. Then esha dhavati, esha dhavatu, let her run. Etaha dhavanti, etaha dhavantu, let them run. Bhavan patati, you should, you should read. Bhavantah pathantu, many of you should read. Bhavati gayatu, you should sing. Bhavatyah gayantu, you should sing. Many of you female. So these words are here. Pashyatu, look. Let the boy look. Balakah pashyatu. Balakaha kridantu. Let the boys play. Then sa chalatu. Let her walk. Taha chalantu. Let them walk. Bhavati dhavatu. Please run. You should run. Bhavatya dhavantu. Any question on this one? Where is the ajna, prarthana, ichha, which is grammar, and these forms are called, these forms of verbs are called, they are in lot lakara form. And if you look at this table, this one also has the lot lakara form here. So the one in pink here, columns RSTU, these show in that lot lakara or ajna prarthana form, like astu, bhojana santu in the prathama purusha, anayatu, anayantu means let, saha or balakaha anayatu, let the boy bring something. Balakaha anayantu, ahvayatu, calling. Balakaha ahvayatu, let the boy call somebody or invite somebody. Ahvayantu, like this there are different forms are there. Then the Uttama Purusha form also can be used in the lot lakara or ajna prarthana, etc. So here the forms will be not given here. Poshtaka is given, the table is given here. Present tense ajna prarthana, Tirthani, aham vayam. Ajna prarthana also you can use the Uttama Purusha forms, which is shown here, right? Like patani, patava, patama. So Uttama Purusha ekavachana patani. So you know that Uttama Purusha ekavachana form is used with the word aham, the noun word aham. So when I say aham patami, that means I am reading. Then when I say aham patani instead of me, that means I am wishing the reading action for myself, or I am asking myself to read. Means aham patani means let me read. Sometimes or many times you find this in a question. Aham patani kim means should I read? Aham patami kim is also okay. That means you are using that patami with the question word kim. Aham patami kim. Am I reading? That is the meaning there. Am I reading? But here if you use this form, lot lakara form, aham patani, or that is a question tone, aham patani, or you can use the kim question word, aham patani kim, means should I read? Then you can use the bahuvachana form of aham, which is vayam. Then we use vayam patama, we should read. That is a statement, or Vayam patama kim, should we read. You can use it in dvivachana also if you want to, by using the dvivachana noun. In this case it is avam, two of us. Avam patava, we two of us read, should read. Avam patava. Any question on this lot lakara?
For that agnya imperative, is there anything like formal and informal? Formal, like respect, with some respect, somebody who's elderly.
No, it is just the tone. There's no respect word. Such.
Okay.
Other thing, just like in English, like when we say, we use like in many, maybe in Indian context, in many Indian languages, regional languages, to show the respect, bahuvachana form is used. Okay? Like for teachers or elders, older people, so or respectable people, to indicate the respect, bahuvachana for bahuvachana noun and similarly kriyapada is used, but not in Sanskrit. In Sanskrit, respect is there, but it is in the tone or in your physical actions, but not in the words. So it is only ekavachana and whatever bhavan, bhavati, balaka, etc. Guruhu means it is single guru, and he is respectable. Guruhu patati, Guruhu likhati, Guru is writing, and that respect is there. We should not use bahuvachana form to show the respect in Sanskritam.
But it's used like Guruji and sometimes like Ji. I think it's in respect.
That is in Hindi, not in Sanskritam.
Hindi. Sorry.
In Hindi also bahuvachana is used. In Guruji, Guruji is looks like a singular, but if you look at the kriyapada or verb in Hindi, I think it is bahuvachana, plural form in Hindi. Like a Guruji kehte hain means it is a bahuvachana form, but not in Sanskritam. Sanskritam we always use, if there is a one Guru, it is only just Guru. No, there is no Ji, there is no there could be other words we can add, like not with the Guru, maybe like suppose there is a name, somebody's name. Example, let's say, so what is the name? Like Mahesha, for example, Mahesha is there. Mahesha patati. Suppose your Guru's name is Mahesha, or somebody elder person is there, Mahesha, and in a gathering, you want to say Mahesha is reading, but you also want to show the respect. So if you are finding it is awkward to just use Mahesha patati, it is just addressing them by just the name, it means disrespect. If you are thinking like that, it is not like that, but if you still feel like that, then you can add another word called Mahesha Varyaha or Mahesha Mahodayaha, Mahesha Mahashayaha, Mahesha Varyaha, like that. Something you can, like an adjective, Visheshan you can add, Varyaha, Mahodaya, Mahashaya, something like that, but it will be still a singular or ekavachana only. Maheshavaryaha patati, Mahesha Mahodaya patati. Okay. So this same Koshtaka which I showed you here. So here this same Koshtaka, you can see that there in the book too. We check it out. The second vibhakti. I think we'll start this in the next class. For now, it should be good. Yeah. So we covered we talked about the present tense forms, Prathama Purusha and Uttama Purusha, and also we talked, they are not in the book, but we also talked about the Madhyama Purusha forms. When the Madhyama Purusha form should be used, when the noun word is literally, it should be Tvam or Yuam or Yuyam, no other word. Then Uttama Purusha form should be used when the noun word is literally Aham, Avam or Vayam. Or at least it should indicate that. For any other word, it should be Pathati. It should be Prathama Purusha form. And for present tense, these forms are used. We saw that. And for Ajna, Prarthana, request, instruction, order, etc., that kind of thing, then we use these forms, which is in grammar they are called Lot Lakara. And this one is called Lat Lakara. So I just briefly mentioned that literally the word should be aham, noun word should be aham in this case. That means if I just say patami and say nothing else, I don't use the noun word here. If I just say patami, since patami can be used only with aham word, that means aham is implied here. Even if I don't say aham, that if I just say patami, the aham is implied because there is no other noun word with which this form of vibhakti can be used, right? So when I say patami, that means aham patami only, right? That patami means I am reading. Then similarly, patavaha means it can be used only with avam. Avam is optional here because patava can be used only with avam. So avam patava means we to read. Similarly, patama. When if I use patamaha, the only possibility is vayam there. That means vayam is implied even if I don't say it. Patamaha means we are reading. Same thing with this, all these Uttama Purusha forms. Since they can be used with only aham, avam or vayam, so they are implied even if they are not used, not said. So same thing with Madhyama Purusha forms also. These forms can be used only with Tvam, Yuam or Yuyam. So even if you don't put Tvam, Yuam or Yuyam, or don't say Tvam, Yuam or Yuyam, they are implied. So Patasi means you are reading. Patatha means you too are reading. Patatha means many of you are reading. So the only question comes here for the Prathama Purusha form. When I say Patati, then the question arises, who is reading? It could be Saha, Sa, Balakaha, Maheshaha, Ramaha, Shunakaha, Shukaha, anything can be reading. So if I say Patati, then it is not clear. So it is not me and you. It is not Aham or Tvam. That is clear. But who is the other third person reading? That is not clear. So if there is no previous context, then we need the noun there. Simply saying Patati doesn't make clear who is reading. That is something to understand. Right? We can stop here today if you don't have any questions. So,
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.